Hi guys, my name is Yannick Nzonde. Today I'm going to speak to you about my own personal journey of personal development. It all started by asking myself the question, who am I? Why am I here? Why was I born? And then the journey started when I started answering those questions, or when I started traveling through the journey of answering those questions, or why am I here and why was I born? So the first step I would say was discovering myself in terms of what am I passionate about? What is at the top of my value chain? What is at the top of what do I value? What makes me tick? Then when I discovered that, when I did the introspection, took me a long time. Took me about 3 years to find out, to discover who I am, why I was here. Well, it took me my whole life. I'm still in the process of discovering. So I discovered why I was here. I will discover where I was born. Through that, I discovered my gifts, my area of gifting, my God-given potential. So the second part was time management and planning. Because this is my philosophy. Time will fly, whether we like it or not. We live in time and time will fly. Time is a portion of eternity. It's a portion of eternity. In eternity, there's no time. But in this world, we live in time. And so time will pass. So whether we are productive, whether we choose to do something or not, time will pass. Change will happen. Whether we want or not, change will happen. So then I learned two things. I learned to utilize my time effectively and I learned to plan. Because without planning, you cannot face time and change. You need to plan. How do you then plan? In my own experience, the way I planned, I started with the 1 month plan. What do I want to do in 1 month? Then I went down to what do I want to achieve in a week. Then I went down, what do I want to achieve in the next 24 hours? Because I strongly believe that if you do not know how to manage your time, somebody else will come and use and waste your time. So if you don't plan, you're going to waste your time. So time is essentially you planning what am I going to create in the next 24 hours. Once you know what you are going to create in the next 24 hours, it's very hard for someone to come and waste your time because you already know what you're going to do. You already know what you'd like to do the next 24 hours. So someone can't just call you and say, I was bored, I thought I'd pass by. I was bored, I thought I'd call you. So once I discovered that planning helps me use my time efficiently, I became more efficient because I was not wasting time. I was getting rid of the friends that were wasting my time, the company that was wasting my time. I was getting rid of all of that. The second thing was planning. So now I could easily plan. I could easily plan my day, my week, my month, my year, and then I was able to now be efficient, and I was able to start creating. And that's how I conceived my first business idea. That's how I went through it with it. Opened officially my first company in 2013. The first company we had pool tables and motorbikes that we were renting out. And we were getting an income from that each month. So people were renting it out and we were getting an income from that. And then from there, we went to the second business, which was a construction and renovation company, but specialized in oil and gas. 6 months only after opening, we had one of our biggest clients, which was Shell. Yeah, to a multi-million rand contract that we landed. But all that came through when I learned how to plan. Yeah. So I learned how to plan. I started now creating my own future. I wasn't a victim of time anymore. I wasn't a victim of change anymore. I was creating my own future. And that led now to mastering my area of gifting, what I am good at. And then it led to dominion. At the moment, I'm in the realm. I'm in the dominion realm. It means I now live the life that God designed me to live, created me to live. I dominate in my area of gifting because I know I've mastered, I know what my area of gifting is, and I dominate now in my area of gifting. But all that came through discovering myself first, learning how to use my time efficiently and how to plan, and then it led me to the dominion, to the realm, to the dominion realm. And that's the realm in which God wants us. Now you start acting and you start living in a godly way. You create your own future. You create. I always say this, and this is very important. I thought I would say this. God does not create rich people and poor people. God creates people. People then choose to either be rich or poor based on their habits or based on how they use their time and how they plan. I'll then dive a little bit deeper into the concept of dominion. So, what is dominion and how do you achieve dominion? I think dominion is just big myth. A lot of people think it's a myth. It's not a myth. Dominion, it's a realm that actually exists. How do you then achieve dominion? It's actually simple. You start by creating something. So you create something. It could be a business. Start a business. I'll give you an example. The best example is a franchise model. I'll give the example of Pizza Perfect. Pizza Perfect is a South African company that makes pizza. It's a franchise that makes pizza. But how did they start? They created a company that makes pizza. And they opened one shop that made pizza. And then they worked on it. It worked. Then they duplicated that idea. And they had 2 shops, 3 shops, 4 shops. They kept duplicating it. And now they dominate in the area of gifting. They dominate in the area of gifting is making pizza, making the best pizza in South Africa. So now they dominate. How do they dominate? You start your company or you create a product, then you duplicate it as many times as possible. That example could also be used for software, for example. You create one software, you duplicate as many times as possible, you take over. Take over it called subdue. So now you master your market, you master your area of gifting. It could be cooking, it could be a product or a service, and then you dominate. So that's what dominion is about, and that's what dominion is. You create, you duplicate. Okay, so now you ensure the distribution, and you ensure that you can get whatever your idea or your service from point A to point B continuously without stopping. Then you dominate, and that's how you achieve dominion. So dominion is actually a level of mastery in your area of gifting. So once you reach that level of mastery, once you've mastered the sector in which you're selling your product, or the sector of which you're doing the service, you're selling your service, then you've achieved the dominion status.